Okay, so this high priestess, the emperor, the star, it's being brought to you like it's being sponsored, like this episode brought to you by. That's Page of Pentacles is bringing this in. That's why I wanted to grab the other book here and see what the Page of Pentacles is typically saying. Because there's all of this firmament in your posture. Page of Pentacles. Application, study, scholarship, reflection, news and messages, and the bringer thereof. But it's also closely managed. There's also rule and management here. So this is a very formal, this is a very formal view they have of you. It's a very formal view they have of you. So you have created this, you've created this spiritual vastness on yourself that's brought you this nectar, this sweetness, this little slice of heaven for yourself. And what is seen on the outside of you, you have the Hermit. The Hermit is right there. And you've got the Wheel of Fortune and this Two of Swords. Look at this. I mean, like, it stops there. I can't make this up. That's you. And oh God, what was that? And then the Queen of Swords. You're just they see you with such intense high regard that they didn't feel like they could approach you. They didn't feel like they were good enough to approach you. They saw all of what you were, but unfortunately it also means people keep their distance. People keep their distance, and that's the costly part of being starseed or being high vibe. You can never let your guard down all the way. Two of Swords, just to be specific. Conformity in the equipoise that suggests courage, friendship, concord in a state of arms. The tenderness and affection and intimacy. But this is about like harmony, favorable. It's not. You're always on your guard. You can never truly rest. And you know, you think about the intimacy and the bond that is created by brothers and sisters in arms. It's the same thing about like what EMTs go through on their job, and they see each other have to see, and they're all like, oh, they're the only ones that can understand what you went through, what that shift was about, and that intimacy that is created there, your understanding. The compassion, the distinct empathy. That distinct, there's an offering here. We've moved into a different read here now. There is an offering here for some of you. And I'm going to not put this back in the box just yet. Got a new little setup over here. Got everything organized. I'm going to pull some rune stones here. And I got my rune stone reader up in front of me. I got everything's all laid out so different right here behind the scene here. I'm so glad you're here. You look amazing. I bet you smell wonderful. You smell great from here. Oh, gosh, it's just so much fun to have you here, and not be doing this by myself. There we go. Yeah, can you see all that? Is that all clear? All critically clear? What's going on here? There we go. That'll help if I don't fall it up, knock it off the side of the table. Can you see that? That's Venmo at Angel Radio Tarot. So after I get big enough on YouTube, after you folks grow the channel, and see, here's the thing, you have control over whether or not I get to use anything else on this channel. You get to decide by the number of subscriptions and the number of times you watch and how much you hype and like this, whether or not I get rewarded. So it's my task here to make it fun for you and make it useful, beneficial, and help the channel grow. Here we go. So there is a conflict here for sure. There's a conflict. There's always a conflict. Some of you are being reminded that there's a conflict. There's someone's being defensive. There's a reason to be defensive, or there's just what is that? Someone got triggered. Someone got freaking triggered. And they're making drama because there's no problem here. This is all just like somebody got hyped for something. There's goals, realized honor here. It's not going to touch anything because whoever they're talking about or whoever they're getting hyped over didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, self-reliance, endurance, and survival. They didn't do anything wrong. They were just being. You were just being yourself. This is about a relationship. Maybe you made a sacrifice and somebody it's just not, they're not appreciating that, or like they don't freaking care. They're making something out of nothing, or they're making it look like you were being selfish. They want to punish you for something. Somebody is having a petulant frenzy. And they're blaming you. This is about comfort, joy, and pleasure. They're holding you responsible for their fit they're having. Somebody needs to take a fucking nap. Go take a nap. You have a sandwich and go take a fucking nap. Let's see. Honor, justice, leadership, and authority. You're having to tell them to go take a fucking nap. You are disrespecting yourself and others. Check your shit. Go clean yourself up. You're a mess. You're a mess. Or what's that song? It's not Little John. You're a jerk. You're a jerk. You're a jerk. Jerk, 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 jerk. You're a jerk. A wild ox. There's physical strength here, speed, an untamed potential. Somebody needed to just, somebody's like rocking some teen spirit. That wild ox part. You smell like you've been running a marathon. Someone's overtired. Someone's cranky. Mankind, the self, friends, enemies, and the social order. That's more tough love, but a different kind. Let's see. Someone needs a little petty pat on the head, baby. Someone's feeling little and acting out and forgetting that they're an adult. And there's a breakthrough here. There's an awakening. They're embarking on an enterprise. I don't get that they're burnt out or that they're overburdened. It's just they're cranky. Someone needs to have a sandwich and take a nap. Your friends are telling you to finish your sandwich and go home. Someone's having a late night at the pub. Someone's dipped a little too hard in the sauce on a Wednesday. It's a hump day. They're telling you to put your glass down and go home. Yep, the chariot, travel, journey, evolution. I can't make it up. And then the last one here. Hail the wrath of nature and uncontrolled forces. I don't know, because they're this close to you taking their keys. 10-10. You are this close to taking their keys. All right. Yeah, somebody just, they're ready to go home, and they sobered up because they just tossed. I just got the gritty, not the gritty, but the way your teeth rub together, like rough after you spit, after you yark. Somebody just yarked their drinks, and their mouth, their teeth are covered in acid, and they're all I have it. My teeth are clean. I just brushed them. Yeah, they're rubbing together like chalk. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody just got smacked. So some of you, somebody did take the keys. Oh, look at that. Flew right out there when I said it too. Delays, miscommunication. There's a lack of movement, disharmony, and recover, hope, and healing. Somebody needs to fucking take a break from the booze. Somebody needs to take a break from the booze. Like they need to go check themselves in somewhere for a hot minute. That's how their shit's gonna go for a minute. Get the camera sliding around like we were doing last week. There we go. That's better. Yeah, this isn't about the holidays either. Someone has got a problem that they need if you're not having an intervention. I mean, this was kind of an intervention you just had. You had to cut somebody off after they've been cut off. I was going to go to the pub this evening, and I decided against it because of the last 6 times I went to the pub and then was disgusted, and then went back one more time, and it was everything I remembered. I don't care if the burgers are that good. It's just not even, like, I already know who's going to be there, and I already know they're going to be 6 fingers deep. Okay. Yeah, we've got the Hierophant is here saying spiritual conformity, tradition, conformity, guidance. There's the Death card here. And then the Justice inverted. Somebody is telling this person that they need to stop drinking. They're getting in trouble at the pub right now while we're talking. If you've got someone that you don't know where they are right now and they have a tendency to head that way, yeah, someone's lied to you about where they are this evening. They're butthurt because they got cut off. This death, okay, look. I keep walking them backwards. Someone had to step in because they went too fucking far, and now they're butthurt because they got cut off. The Magician, there's trickery here. They are full of shit. They have lied about where they were tonight, and here's your fucking tower moment because they are avoiding. Goddamn, they're at the pub because they did something much worse than staying out and getting hammered. Why are they Why did they go to the pub tonight instead of coming home? And they aren't out with anybody. They trying to drink it away. They done it. 14-14. Somebody done fucked up. Somebody done fucked up. I'm getting that there was some money lost. Not just a day's work. They lost a bet or they gambled it away. They fucked up. They lost a paycheck. Emotional immaturity, lack of direction. Heartbreak, emotional pain. There was some teamwork here, some mastery, recognition. But also this is like apprenticeship here. that's that partnership. You guys were working together. You were doing good for a while, and now it's fucked up. The lost opportunity, financial loss, lack of planning, missed chance. God, that dang it, if I didn't just call it that they went and blew that money on a bet. Somebody just blew a fucking paycheck. And they got youngins at home or some shit like they got a spouse, a young spouse or an older spouse, but it's the two of them at home. The two of them at home. And it's still a fucking problem because it's only the two of them that really know how bad it's gotten. And they're overindulgent, excess, and disconnection. Can I get a witness? Can I get a motherfucking witness? Just saying. Just saying. That's all I got to say. Right there. Damn. Anything else on this? Anything else on this? I think there's going to be a lot of shorts cut out of this video today. Damn. I said, I don't feel bad for a motherfucker like that. I don't feel bad for a motherfucker like that. What's up? What's up with this? Rebirth, awakening, renewal, and judgment. Yeah. Here we go. I'm having family stories running through my head. Emotional instability, mood swings, and hypersensitivity. Some of you, this gambling addiction has caused you to move from town to town. 1717. Yeah, I was just about to tell the story of my family lore. My mother was adopted as a teenager. So some of this story, these pieces of this story is going to be picking out someone that is here that this next phase is going to apply to. I'm pinning on somebody here because I'm not going to tell you every little detail of the story. So it's the pieces of this that's coming out that's going to apply. My mother was adopted in high school by a high school family friend because her daddy couldn't raise her anymore. He had polio in Wyoming in freaking 1945 and had a gambling addiction, but he was also a jeweler. So she recalled to me how they would move from town to town to town all around the Pacific Northwest. Now, I didn't grow up in the Pacific Northwest, but they would move from town to town and they had to live inside the back of the jewelry store because they couldn't ever save up enough money to actually buy a place. His gambling addiction, he would get into poker games and they would let him in because they felt bad for not having any legs. It seems so weird to say, to recognize again that this is my grandfather. And he was a lousy poker player. And he would run up tickets or whatever it's called until they ran him out of town. And then he could always go and get a job somewhere else. Go to the next town, open up a little shop, do a little jewelry business, get a little scratch, get into a game until they ran him the fuck out of town. Emotional instability, mood swings, hypersensitivity. Oh, jeez. That's the life of a gambler. That's the life of a gambler. Okay. Okay. What do we got here? The Lovers, straight up. Love, harmony, relationships, choices, partnership, and union. Disinheritance, we got the 10 of Cups on its ass. Yeah. Disinheritance, family conflict, financial loss, lack of stability, broken traditions. You're having to get up and move. You're having to get up and move again. Conflict, winning at all costs, betrayal and manipulation. That's, and also it's the Three of Swords. It's this smugness about this. It's this, it's the look on his face, and it's this. That's Five of Swords. Sorry. Yeah, it's like they're never gonna get it. They're never gonna get it. That family conflict. It's the Lover's card came up and prompted the head of it, and that's it's going to tear you apart as a couple. That's what's going to break it. That's what's going to break it for you. Ooh, what we got here? The Strength card and the Hermit card in reverse. So there's isolation, loneliness, and withdrawal. But tied to specifically bravery, inner strength, focus, courage, and control. So you out there, you my high vibe. This is where you're going to have to climb into to get out of this addiction that is not even yours. This isn't your addiction. This isn't your sickness. And if you don't step away from the codependency angle of this, then you get locked into that sickness, and you become as sick as they are. And if that's not you, if you don't want to assume that identity, part of that is holding the person accountable for the fact that they are destroying your fucking life. Because eventually you guys are just going to run out of shit. And what, you going to live on the street together? Well, you got stuff you can do. You got stuff you can go and do. This doesn't have to tear your life up. So what does that mean? They're never going to be able to. You're going to be paying for this person's addiction. All your money, all your fat wad is going to go right down the fucking toilet. And they're going to go, but I love you. Thank you, baby. I love you. You're so good to me. What do we got in the vocabularium? So this is a collection of all the words as I'm going through my great, big, beautiful 11th edition Merriam-Webster Collegiate Dictionary. God bless him. And I pick out the words starting from the beginning. I just got this edition. I haven't done this in 30 years. 25 years. I haven't done this since I'm 52. I haven't done this since I was 23. Yeah. It's covered my whole house in vocabulary words of things as I go from the top down that I've used in sentences or not really clear that I did that right. I was copying somebody else's, not really understanding, like contextualizing words that I wasn't really sure what they meant. But so they're great for reading cards and giving us a narrative here. And I get to enjoy words that I don't often get to use. Until I do. Let somebody else go figure out what it means. Here we go. These little poker cards are easier to handle too, man. They get crazy. What do we got? What do we got? Got two little downloads here. Just two downloads here that fell out. ACOLYTE. Any of a group of fossils, one-celled marine planktonic organisms of uncertain various of early known eukaryotes. Any of a group of fossils of a one-celled marine like plankton. Planktonic organisms of uncertain varieties of the early known. So little bugs in the water. Ancient little bugs. And this is the fossils of them. So there's something written into the detail of something here. It's almost like fossilized DNA. Ancient DNA, but not alive anymore. It's fossilized. Little bugs, little water bugs. Somebody's frozen here. Like there's some kind of natural icy freeze. Acariasis, infested with or diseased caused by mites. There's little bugs here. Adumbrate, to foreshadow vaguely. Not too on the nose there. To foreshadow vaguely and to suggest, disclose, or outline partially. To overshadow or obscure. So some of this is to foreshadow. Seems very much purposefully hidden. Something is very purposefully hidden. All right. So somebody knew that they had, this is giving bed bugs. Somebody a long time ago came and stayed at your house and gave you bed bugs. Somebody else gave you bed bugs. You stayed with them. I don't get that it was in a hotel unless they brought the bed bugs with them. Somebody purposefully knew that they had some kind of bodily disease in the form of bugs. This could be a virus too. This could be a latent virus. And they got you sick. And they knew about it. Somebody got you sick. And they knew about it. And they, abseil, it's to repel. If the French origins, down or off rope. Repel. A biogenic, not produced by the action of living organisms. Somebody, so what is that, a virus? I heard somebody once say that a virus is evidence of the maker leaving its tools around. It's the proteins. I don't know how correct that is. Not produced by the action of living organisms. So this is a dead, I don't know how a virus would play into that. And these are all here together. Abvelian, referring to an early lower Paleolithic Euroculture noted for bifacial stone hand axes. So early Europeans were Abvils. Maybe where this virus came from. It's been in your family for a long time, or there's something genetic here that was, no, it's not like this doesn't feel like a regressed sort of genetic. It's just somebody knew they had this and they exposed you to it. And then tried to repel from responsibility. They had no intention of telling you, and they got away with it. And so now you're stuck with this abiogenic bug, this tiny little bug that and that's why I get it. This is very tiny, like medically tiny, microscopic, on the atomic level, on a genetic level here, that came from way back, like people that live in Ireland having an overabundance or an overproduction or an over retention is what it is of iron, that was a throwback to genetic modifications made from the potato famine. And it was a survival of the fittest genetic recession. People that were able to survive by retaining large amounts of iron in their blood were able to survive the potato famine. And then it got handed down that way. Abigail, a lady's personal maid, like a belvedere would be a butler, but a belvedere is just a lifelong single, unattached, unmarried man. So a butler would be that unattached, unmarried gentleman and go into a service, because you couldn't be a butler and be married, or you could, but you know, the whole idea was single man being a servant. And Abigail is a lady's, the equivalent of a belvedere. So there's I got caught up in that and just didn't relate that at all to where this came from, where this plays into our early Paleolithic, early lower Paleolithic Euro culture. There was a lady's maid that handed it down, that exposed your family line to this way the fuck back then. This is giving off also unearthly vibes. Like she was exposed to something that came from off planet. Excuse me. I'm not supposed to be telling you this. Like a meteorite. Aboriginal, first or the earliest known of its kind in an area, indigenous Aussies, or in contrast to colonizers. That is really confirming that this was some kind of infection that was contracted from a meteorite or from some off-planet object that it contaminated. It contaminated someone in the service class, a lady's maid from an earlier, lower Paleolithic Euroculture, and it produced an exposure to, lower is implying that there is a higher Paleolithic Euroculture at that time. And that's how it got transferred. That was the original exposure. It came from this outside. Someone took a female in this Paleolithic Euroculture. She was from the lower slave class. And then she had this exposure from probably way before then, where someone or something came from off planet and infected her. And then when she was enslaved or captured, then she brought this into Aberdeen Angus, the yummiest of cows. Aberdeen and Angus counties in Scotland, and it's also the home of any of a breed of Usu cow. They're known for being black hornless cows. So there was, and we're talking about an early lower Paleolithic Euro culture. This could have been, we're talking about in Scotland. Noted for bifacial stone hand axes. So that far back in Scotland, perhaps this was a cow herder that was the servant. So we're getting an old timeline here. We're talking about Paleolithic era. We are reaching way back in the timeline here. Let's see. Abstruse. Difficult to or the difficulty to understand or to comprehend. The Latin to conceal. Abstruse. The difficulty to understand or comprehend. Yeah, we would have a hard time relating to how many generations back that is. To go all the way back to our Paleolithic ancestors. When I say ancestors, it's immediately who I think of as like Vikings and a whole other Jesus era. And cavemen, really. Go way back. But these are way farther back. So abaca, strong fiber from banana leaf stalk. It's a strong fiber made from banana leaf stalk, and or the plant that yields abaca. Okay, there wouldn't have been any bananas in Scotland in the Paleolithic. There might have been in the Paleolithic era. All right, well, we're talking like origins of humans kind of way the fuck back. And the Aboriginal and the original, yeah. Flying out of here. Agnomen, additional cognomen given to a person by ancient Romans to honor achievement. I think we hit on something. We won. We won some recognition for coming back up through the timeline. There was something changed. We changed the timeline somewhere. Adiabatic, occurring without loss or gain of heat. The expansion, specifically in the expansion of gas. There's a lot of conversation in the science, the hard science of time travel that deals with the expenditure of heat. Anytime you're freezing space-time. Abstemious, marked by restraint, especially in feed and alcohol, or reflecting some restraint. Some of you are being encouraged to refrain, to keep your head clear. And acephalous, yes, lacking a head or having a head reduced, lacking a government head or a chief. But this is more about keeping your head clear. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. You guys are following along. I can't, look, it's a mess. It's a hot mess. Agnate. It's a noun relative on the male side only. Paternal kin, or an adjective of an allied, or being allied or akin. But specifically, an agnate is male heir all the way up, or male heir all the way down. Or if you're following your family line, it's all the way up the female or male side. Like it's all the men up your dad's side. I think we're going to end that there. That is that was interesting. I don't have any more specificity about how this comes up the male side. Oh, there it is. There it is. This is hereditary up the male side of your family. It started with one woman being exposed by something from off planet, and it had to do with changing her on a biological level. So genetics, a mite, these tiny mites, so this infested with a disease by mites, and then in it being hidden, and then the little tiny planktons being fossilized. So right back to this timeline, right back to this this Aborigines and the Abigail and the Paleolithic era. So this is something that came down your dad's side from this original exposure. Aberration. This is not, I'm not making this up. You right here when all of these fell out. I'm not making it up. I'm just here, man. Agnostic. All right. All right. Agnostic by the dictionary, by the holy 11th edition of the Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary. Agnostic is a person with a view that God is unknown and unknowable, or a person who is uncommitted that God is or isn't, or unwilling to commit an opinion on the subject one way or the other. Abreaction or abreaction, catharsis, off and away. It's also the express and emotional discharge of unconscious material by verbalization to a therapist, as if repressed. So there is somebody here that does not want to believe that this is legit. There is a skeptic among us, which frankly gets kind of rude with the energy. You're just disrupting everything. Acanthus is a prickly perennial herb in the Mediterranean, often depicted at the top of Corinthian pilasters. For some of you, the accent being used, in the Spanish accent being used for Corinthian pilasters is significant. And ACOLYTE. Bees, ants, wasps. It's the study of, or no, it's any bees, ants, or wasps, or that kind of bug with an ovipositor modified to a stinger. Sorry, it hurts. Don't be basic. Okay. Got no time for hater, 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 hater. All right, we're going to go right down the deck here. Boom, ba-doom, boom, boom. With, I'm really feeling some of my homemade cards today. We're going to do this one, and then we'll do a positivity deck. What was that? We get for real right off the bat here. Straight up, for real, for real. Heavenly angels, we're coming right in. Yes. You're being advised to release from attachment. Someone is coming into your DMs. Someone is getting close to you. You're being watched. That'll culminate. Fucking Virgo. There's a Virgo involved. It's going to activate with this police PD blue shit. There's discovery in the next 30 days. This Virgo is not on your team. There's a dark Leo involved, but you're going to win. You're going to come in just fine. Be aware of the deception. And you are obliged to no one. There are no earth angels working here for you. Remember, go back to this Release your ideas, because this business that's coming in, your heavenly angels are, you got to release yourself from the attachment of what you think angels are supposed to do, because when they come down here to earth and are working with you, for you, that's the shit. That's the shit. You don't need a spirit team. There isn't a spirit team happening. You've got angels on the ground. There is a team of, and they're not earth angels. These are your heavenly angel, guardian angels. There's crossover. There's crossover. We've got angels coming down. Here's an announcement for you all my spirit team and my collective, all of y'all. We have got spiritual heavenly angels coming down, corporealizing, taking material form. There's some assuming here. This is coming straight in from Angel Radio. We've got a breaking update from, there are orders being given for heavenly angels to be again assuming corporeal form, which means they're going to be on planet. Manifesting, yep. And these are heavenly and God angels. Christian. This is Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Christian monotheism. Well, that's exciting. That's exciting. What are they coming down for? I don't hear trumpets. Oh, what? We gotta fuck around and find out on the down low. What's this package here? Yep. I see the first card and I'm not reading it. No thanks. I know what on the down low means. And they're being watched. You are being watched. Your team coming in for you is being watched. Their arrival and approach to you is being watched. And that was 4747 when I said arrival. This is not meant to cause fear. This is exciting to me because this isn't just your spirit team stepping in. This is your heavenly angel guardianship is manifesting physically, which means there's no future faking here. Someone thinks there's future faking. Someone is experiencing future faking. No, I'm not saying it's any and all of these. I'm casting about to see which one it is. For some of you, future faking has been a problem and you're on guard for it. You've been told this before, and so have I. So have I. No, I'm not drunk. I haven't been drinking. This isn't... I read that wrong. This isn't future faking. This is future building. No wonder that didn't, because this was future faking, but it was like this. When I put it down, I read it again. I saw it again and just, no, it says future building. And there's, the class 6 comes in. This is the military section for alcohol. So there's going to be celebrating. They've come in for a celebration. You've won something big. They can't be coming in just to celebrate. There would be trumpets. There would have been trumpets. It's the sigil. The human form that they have taken has been highly protected. 4949. Highly guarded. They had to choose humans that were already marked for purpose. They chose the pious. They had to choose the pious. They had to wait for enough. And you and I call them pious. The card came out overbearing, intrusive, give an inch, take a mile. People that are devout are often like the genuinely devout, you don't call evangelical. Evangelical is taking up the business of selling it. But when you meet somebody that is the real deal, it can be overbearing, intrusive, because it feels judgmental. There's a Capricorn here. This is happening coming up in the next 2 weeks. Before Capricorn season kicks off. So we're I don't even know what day we're on. Wednesday. And they're just, I don't even know if we're on the 7th or the 12th or something like that. And this phone doesn't tell me. I have one that does. December 10th. I'm recording this on the December 10th. So in the next 12 days is when they're going to reveal themselves before the solstice. They're going to reveal your angel in physical form. Will come to you, reveal yourself to you. Off planet is sideways. This is them trying to fit this. There's a fitting happening. They're sliding into this manifesting right now. This is happening right now. They need a week or two to get used to their human form. This is getting kind of creepy. What? You're under psychic attack? No, I'm not. I'm in the feels. Transmute this shit. Upcycle. So, you may think you're under psychic attack. I said this is all getting creepy. Well, it's because you're under psychic attack. In the feels? Yes, we are in the feels. What else do I need to know, Spirit? Transmuting those feelings. So this is not to be fearful. There's no need to be fearful. You are under psychic attack. You are feeling it. It's time to transmute it. Don't be fearful of these angels coming in. Or this angel. This is a team of... So they're not... Of course they're going to be communicating. If there's more than one op involved. Or if there is more than one collective member involved. I get the feeling that this is like a large strategic movement by heavenly angels. It's a lot of prayer team, big prayer team happening right now. There's a big underground prayer team happening right now. Yep. And we see it on the streets too. Not evangelicals, but the true heavenly angels in verse. So we're talking about earth, not earth angels, but muggles. People are praying the fuck out of this. They feel it. They feel it too. They are praying like crazy because they can feel the pressure. Now what is this upside down? Max bet reward is being blocked. Free and clear is being blocked. Fat win bonus spins is being blocked. Blessings and wealth is being blocked. That's why we're praying like mad, because it's a fucking war right now. That's what is drawing the angels down. Aquarius, dark Aquarius. After January 20th. There's going to be a break of darkness at the peak here when we turn on solstice for the month of, for the first 30 days after solstice. It's going to be especially dark, especially spiritually dark, because everybody's going to be praying up to heaven and calling this shit down. Dudes are down here right now. Everybody's down here right now. Do not be distracted by senseless affairs. This is a big deal right now. Big spiritual war happening. Big spiritual war happening. Do not be distracted by senseless affairs. Stay focused. Some of you are being reminded to stay focused. Keep your eye on the prize. This future building, this cause for celebration. Remember that the angels are down here now. I'm not supposed to share this one with you, but I am allowed to encourage you. Allow me to encourage you. This is not an exercise. This is not an exercise. I repeat, this is not an exercise. Well, I hope you're doing great. I hope you've hit that subscribe and that like button and the notification bell. Make sure you keep up. I've got live readings coming on. You know, I've had a live reading for the last 3 days running. And then, you know, until the site gets like monetized or whatever happens or however, there's a crossroads deal here. Don't let yourself be distracted by monetization of something like what I'm doing here on YouTube. Don't you, what was it Kelchi's mom or Taylor Swift's mom? Don't you dare for a second think that this is what it's going to look like. We are not after the cash here. We are not after the cash here. We are after trying to fulfill your desire to support the channel. But I am not after the cash here. I am after growing this and reaching as many people as I can. That's all I care about. That's all I'm worrying about. Oh, somebody is in the DMs. Somebody's done drunk texting. There's a drunk testing happening. What did I just say? There's a drug testing happening? No, there is a drunk text happening. And maybe that is a drug test for you of trying to release from attachment. It is a drunk text. It's a drunk dial from the ex. Yeah, that's just silliness. Sorry about the swivel. Just trying to get it to keep from creeping. There we go. Hi, I'm back. Sigil. Somebody has got some spiritual boundaries, some sympathetic magic boundaries that are set up. And this release from attachment from whoever is drunk dialing you. You've got you've already put the protections in place to keep this from influencing you. And that shit is real. You have it real. Some of you have it tattooed on your body. Your sigils against these attacks. There's no crossing over. You're not going to get away from this in this lifetime, so you have to start building some armor, some self-defense. If you would like some help in advice about spiritually guarding your house, this is all out of pure love right here for you. So creating for you peace of mind. Here's our earth angels on its head. Again, this is heavenly angels coming down this way for the big combat. There's a step up. There's reference for Sin Tzu. Know your enemy. Mad respect for anybody that would come to you. Mad respect. Mad fucking respect. I'm going to show you what it's about, but hey, mad respect. Don't be afraid. You going to step up, step up. Don't half-ass it. You going to step up? Come on, step up. Step on the fuck up. Here we go. It's meditation in this time that makes it so easy to deal with the enemies. There is a Libra involved with a neurodivergent spectrum type situation going on. And on this curve, I put things like narcissism and empathy. PTSD, ADHD, neurodivergence is a biological as opposed to spiritual, behavioral, such as zodiac signs or, liar and abusiveness. I mean, I know narcissist and empath here, but that is more like, it's just a different type of energy, more encompassing in a different way. It's a different flavor than, say, the behavioralism of common lying or the behavioralism of petty abuse, the brute force kind of, no thought behind it. There's no remorse. It's just bad behavior. The kind of thing that's corrected by discipline and intent. The things that happen because of a lack of education at a primal level. It's our zodiac tendencies. And that's where this Libra is at. This Libra is on this kind of biological, there's something that they can't, that's something they were born with. Something they were born with, this Libra. There's a problem that this Libra cannot resolve because it is something that they were born with. It's not disciplinary. It's not behavioral. It's not psychological complex. Okay. Was all of this coming down to it's a Libra that's coming in? A Libra is coming in to attack you? Or there's a Libra that is in deep meditation trying to reach you? Trying to use meditation to reach the place that they compare themselves to you. Because we're talking about Libra here. And we're talking about a dark Libra. So then we're talking about dark Libra, vanity, narcissism. But they're trying something new. They're trying meditation for the first time. There's going to be an ego death here. They're going to grow. They're going to grow. If they can break through it, if they really want it, if being a vain, selfish little prick is painful enough, they might be able to cut through. But it's kind of late. I get the impression it's kind of fucking late in life to start meditating. But that's the thing about meditation. It happens, you can't impart wisdom to your son or your daughter. And then when wisdom hits you through meditation, it is a spontaneous and complete event. It changes your filter for everything about your experience. And so the wisdom slaps you like that. It tends to be pretty broadly encompassing. And someone really, if spirit allows, and the inspiration and the reasoning skill and the aha moment happens, can transform a person in ways I can't explain. In ways I cannot explain. All right. We're going to do one more. We're going to do this light and easy. Oh, coming right out here. Somebody's happy. Someone's excited. Some of you have a speech impairment. Singing that sweet sexy love song. Some of you braces. It's braces. It's giving braces. These videos are not made for minors. These videos are not for kids. There's someone's tapping in with a sacred vision. I get it that this Libra, this was a departure from that whole line. There is a Libra here that is going through or trying to insist for him or herself an awakening. Good job. I'm proud of you. Do it again. Keep going. Dig deeper. Do it some more. Wisdom of the heart. The last Libra I talked to was locked up hard in his heart chakra, and it just jammed him up. We spent about 20 minutes talking him through a chakra meditation, and by the time we got to the heart chakra, he was bawling like a baby, telling me, "You're killing me." And I think I was. I think he felt his ego death happening. Balance and harmony. Divine alignment is on its head, and someone is not able to see straight. The seeing beyond is upside down. So someone is not, they can't see past their nose. But they feel this balance, this peace has come over them. And they're just like, without attaching, they're recognizing that this is where I want to be. This is the thing I've been waiting for to feel. This was the thing I was waiting for to give way. I've been like beating my head up against the wall of meditation with no change happening inside of me. But that's not true. That's not true. You got to prep the mind. You got to prep the mind and warm it up like a muscle. That you don't think those wisdom can lay into a cold mind that has no space for it, do you? You have to make the space first. You have to make enough space that a big idea like that can come in. What do we got here, Spirit? Anything? Well, right out there, look at that fly out. Inner peace. So now you have created that space. And it sounds quiet. Loud quiet. There it is. It's that loud quiet. Inner peace. In moments of peace, intuition speaks the loudest. So you're not hearing nothing. You're just not hearing words. Spiritual guidance is on his head. You're on your own. Don't expect someone to tell you what to feel on your deathbed. Don't expect to tell someone what you're feeling. Follow the signs. You're being left to follow the signs. Look for omens. Don't even look, but when they appear, when they show themselves, have a relationship with them. Know that you don't just create a memory marker by admitting that that was a weirdness that just appeared. Create a relationship with the event, and then you will have it in concrete memory. Soul connection is on its head. You're missing so much. You're missing out on so many signals that are being put in front of you. Because you're so busy looking for omens. It's not about finding omens. You don't go out and find omens. You go out and breathe and live your life. And forget that there are omens in the world, and then they will present themselves to you, and then don't ignore them. Just because you can't call it down. That's not how it works. Not until you are much bigger. Not until you are much, much bigger. There's a card here flipped out. I'm going to find it. Intuitive healing. Your intuition guides you towards deep inner healing. So you stay on this path, and it's not just like, oh, boom, I'm enlightened now. No, you stay on this path and you become more deeply enlightened. You start to lose your attachment and your desire for the world because there's nothing to be learned there. You feel there's nothing more for you to be learned there. That there's something else that I'm supposed to be getting from that I can't see or taste or feel. So you have to come inward. And in this process, you're creating that expanse of your ability to experience the world. And don't think that doesn't come with a whole lot of fucking learned wisdom. You don't get to that point without being able to learn how to read the road signs. And if there are road signs there, that means there are other places. There are other places to go and see and grow. The mirror of truth. Hidden truth. What is this? And then the flow of life. The mirror of truth and hidden truth are on their head. Allow yourself to be blinded. Flow of life. Oh my God. Allow yourself to be blinded while you're going with the flow of life. What are we just talking about here? That's heavy. It's like floating on your back. You can't fight that. You can't put any strenuous activity into that or you'll sink. Your butt will drop down. You'll bow up and start paddling. There is no mirror of truth for you where you are. Where you're at in your meditation, there is no guide for you except for your flow. There is no hidden truth. There is no destination. It is to reside in the flow. To release your attachments. And to feel gravity holding you up without asking it to. Feel your connection to what is around you, and that all of this is happening without you having to do anything. It is all flowing immediately in your presence. And this is what is this act asking you to activate in your observance. That's the key. And it's not about time. It's about this space that you can reside in. And letting life, the force of life, the energy of life course through your awareness. Course through, like when you're sick and you feel your blood running, like if you're running a fever and it feels like your blood running backwards, you just get that crapiosis. Your awareness of how your body is experiencing everything becomes acute, probably because there's pain involved. But that place, that I challenge each and every one of you to go into a busy market, a store, grocery, the larger convenience stores, the marts of the world, the some place that's generally kind of bustling with people that have no relation to you at all. And when you step into that environment, you can use earplugs, are very effective for cutting you off from experiencing it as part of the herd of all of the chaos. And you become a thing that is in this flow. And you start to see all of this going on around you. That's flow. That's the flow. That's the headspace where the moment you wake up for, you should be wishing that you could be in until the moment you go to sleep. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. Come back soon. I'm only on YouTube, and I'm just so glad that you could join me this evening. You take care now. We'll see you again soon.